Welcome to Policing TV. Each week, we will explore the highlights from our latest videos, diving into topics like AI, technology, drugs, and the people shaping the future of policing. In this first clip of the week, police leaders from the British Overseas Territories share life and law enforcement on some of the world's most remote and beautiful islands. From South Georgia's isolation to Montserrat's innovation, Anguilla's community focus, and Gibraltar's global crossroads.
Since 1985. I am Karen Wolstenholme, formerly a British diplomat and previously Deputy Governor of another overseas territory, Pitcairn. I am one of the 3 government officers who live and work on the island on 6-month on, 3-month off rotations. We are here to uphold the laws that oversee the administration of the territory for the government, which is based in the Falkland Islands. We are the reserve police officers, our appointed police officer being based in the Falkland Islands. We are also immigration officers, fisheries protection officers and assistant coroners, so policing is only a small part of our duties. The resident population on South Georgia is small, around 10 persons in winter to around 40 in summer. But we do have a significant number of visitors, particularly in summer, when around 18,000 tourists visit on cruise ships. Our focus is therefore on potential incidents involving visitors, thefts, sudden deaths and sexual assaults, but we are rarely called upon to use our police skills. The key challenge is isolation. South Georgia is only accessible by ship, so we are heavily reliant on our fisheries patrol vessel, which travels back and forth to the Falklands 7 or 8 times a year, as well as telephone or internet advice from Stanley. We have to be resilient and prepared to make quick decisions. We are not employed solely as police officers and we do not have the full range of police powers, but recruitment for government officers takes place most years. If you love the outdoors, wildlife, especially seals, penguins and whales, and cold remote places, then you would probably enjoy it here.
Hello, I'm Mark Payne, the Commissioner of Police for the Royal Montserrat Police Service. Montserrat is a unique island. It has been through 2 natural disasters in living memory, a hurricane and then the eruption of a volcano, which makes it a very challenging environment to work in. It is also a very peaceful and caring society where there are very low traditional crime rates. We do have some issues with underlying safeguarding and other less visible crime that we're working our way through. Montserrat, the Royal Montserrat Police Service are going through a transformational programme at the minute. We are bringing new and updated technology. We are building new infrastructure such as a safeguarding hub and a brand new control room. We're bringing in 3 brand new marine vessels, and we are bringing a drone programme and an updated digital forensics programme. So it's a time of significant change. We are looking for people always who want to work in this unique environment to come and join us. It is the most fulfilling place that you could work. You can make a real change. You can look after communities. You can keep people safe, and all the time working in an island that is one of the most beautiful locations in the world. It is green. It is mountainous. It is full of wildlife. We have an active volcano, which is a unique feature, making Montserrat a very compelling place to come and work. So I really hope that people feel they want to come and work in this environment. I am thoroughly enjoying my time here, and I look forward to welcoming other people to come and join us on Montserrat. So thank you very much, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.
The Royal Anguilla Police Force serves the people of Anguilla, who are a vibrant and close-knit Caribbean island community. We serve with professionalism, dedication and integrity. Our officers work around the clock to both protect and serve. We seek to ensure the safety and security of our residents and visitors who come to our beautiful island. Like many territories in the region, we face unique policing challenges, which include tackling gun violence, addressing community safety concerns, and adapting to the evolving needs of our society. Our priorities are clearly set out on our 2025 to 2030 policing plan, and these are to reduce gun crime, to increase road safety, to develop a better community-led policing service, to safeguard the vulnerable within our communities, and to serve with professionalism. I'm especially proud of the progress we've made in strengthening our relationship with the communities here, enhancing our operational capabilities and fostering innovation in crime prevention, investigation and regional cooperation. To those considering working with or supporting the Royal Anguilla Police Force, I extend to you a very warm welcome. Together we can continue to make Anguilla a safer and stronger place for all. Thank you.
I'm Owain Richards, Commissioner of the Royal Gibraltar Police, the second oldest police force in the Commonwealth, behind the Metropolitan Police. Gibraltar is unique for three reasons. Its location as the tip of the Iberian Peninsula on the crossroads between Europe and Africa. We are policing a diverse, tightly knit community of 40,000 residents and tens of thousands of people who work and visit Gibraltar through the tourist industry. This presents unique policing challenges in this part of the world. The fact that we are a financial sector, we have many threats from financial and cyber crime. And our focus on policing and developing relationships with our community is absolutely vital for community confidence in the police and keeping people safe. I'm proud of the officers and staff of the Royal Gibraltar Police for their professionalism and courage in responding to incidents and crime day in, day out as guardians of the Gibraltar jurisdiction. We are always on the lookout for new talent, and if you're interested in a career in the Royal Gibraltar Police, I'd urge you to consider it.
In this clip, Dr. Mary Fraser explores how police officers during World War I became plowmen, helping to feed the nation, and how their history reveals powerful lessons about public service, resilience, and community support that still resonate today.
I first found a column in the Police Review and Parade Gossip, and the column was headed Police as Plowmen. And I thought, what on earth is all this about? Because I'm interested in history, but I'm interested in the way in which history tells us a story about the present. What does this mean for the present? And what I found was the release of policemen into another industry, which was likely to collapse during a disaster. And this had repercussions in thinking about the COVID pandemic as well, where again the police were released into the ambulance service to prop it up because it was likely to collapse due to the infections and the number of calls on the ambulance service. So this is really my role and my interest, is in showing the police how their history actually can be reflected in current situations. And this is why I think it's important. It's not just history for its own sake. It's history to tell a story about how can we learn about the past in relation to the present. So that's my opening gambit, if that's okay.
So a great example of where policing here in the UK, I'm sure there are similar stories worldwide, have stepped up to the mark to support society, and in this case, to get the fields ploughed at a time, and it would have been policemen there at that time rather than police officers, policewomen. It would have been policemen. Get the fields ploughed and the crops planted, and make sure that the food supply was safeguarded. And the parallel that you've referred to is during the COVID pandemic, just a handful of years ago, where the police officers then were assisting the ambulance service at a time when the ambulance service would have been under pressure. So you referred to Police Review, and you found I think it's Police Review and Parade Gossip, it used to be called, and that publication, Police Review, lasted for many, many, many years, and in fact was only closed as a publication relatively recently. You must have gone through quite a number of editions of Police Review and Parade Gossip in order to find that particular nugget.
In this final clip of the week, Chris reflects on the contrasts between UK and South Australian policing, from carrying firearms to roadside breath tests, and the striking difference in public respect and appreciation for officers.
But whilst there will be similarities in policing between UK, Australia and specifically SAPOL, there will be some differences as well. Not least, for example, in whether or not police officers, police members are armed or not.
Yeah, I mean that's a big decision for people, and we noticed it at the academy. As I said in the first video, a lot of my career has been armed cop. I've had a gun on my hip pretty much for as long as I can remember, but it was noticeable in some of the scenarios for the unarmed colleagues who were diving straight into scenarios and doing what we would traditionally do in the UK by going hands-on sort of very early and getting control of people. Over here, the mindset of having a gun to protect and the idea that someone might grab for the gun and turn something that was an unarmed incident into an armed incident by doing so is something that they've probably had to get their heads around a little bit more than perhaps I have. I've kind of been fortunate with my policing career in the UK that's been less of a hurdle for me, I guess.
And any other significant differences, whether neutral, positive or potentially challenging? Maybe in interaction with members of the public, are there any differences or is it very similar?
I mean, I cannot possibly give you a better thing than say that South Australia has been so welcoming as a population. And I can only go back to 2 nights ago. I did an overtime duty actually on a roadside breath testing station, which just for the UK, because I suppose we do it sometimes, but I could probably remember once in my entire career. It's kind of a very regular occurrence out here. We corral off a section of the road. You have someone steers a load of cars in. We had 6 officers on the night, all with breathalyzers in hand, tube in someone's mouth, and off they went on their merry way. And I think I got through 40 breath tests in one sitting. Now, if I tell you that there wasn't one person who said, haven't you got anything better to do? Not a single one. And predominantly the reaction from the public was, thank you very much for what you do. We're really grateful. Bearing in mind, these are people trying to get home from work, to have that kind of positive reaction from the public. And that has been absolutely my experience on pretty much every stop I've had over here. Even sort of some of the criminal fraternity that obviously we're engaging with, they seem to respect the police still. They seem to do as they're told when they're told to do it, and react positively. Obviously that's not the case for everyone, but predominantly that's been the experience so far, is that the police over here are still very, very respected. Albeit, you know, if you've lived that for your whole life as a SAPOL cop, maybe you don't realise that, but as a UK cop coming over here, it is palpable how respected they are.
Fascinating hearing.
Thank you for watching. Tune in next week.